다들 너무 착하게.
지금 나랑 맞춘 거 버리고 지금 나랑 맞춘 거 버리고 이번에 뭐지?
Welcome to our production of The COVID Cabaret.
My name is Desiree Stan, and I'm the playwright and director of the show.
My name is Samuel Tolley, and I am the composer and musical director of the production.
We are so excited that you've joined us for the show and would like to start off by sharing some details about this production.
The past year has been a challenging time for all of us.
Learning ways to cope through this pandemic has certainly been an ongoing endeavor.
We wrote this musical with our class as an outlet for them to express themselves and to have a space to grapple with their feelings as they navigate their way through these crazy times.
As we all manage to come to terms with how COVID-19 has changed the world, we wanted to express our condolences with the losses felt around the world.
We do not mean any disrespect or insensitivities to the victims and families that have been affected by this pandemic.
The show is rooted in factual events, but takes a fictional turn towards the end of Act 1. We hope you have some laughs, can commiserate with the characters, and reflect on the world that was created by the coronavirus pandemic. Please sit back and enjoy the show.
Yes, calm down, I'm on my way.
Stop pastoring it, Batman. I'm on 5 minutes late this time.
Not good, specialist. You made me miss my lunch already.
Fine. I'm almost here. Get on my back.
Why am I the only one who's ever accountable and in time?
Because you got the easiest job, Des. Try running around, spreading war and creating chaos.
If we don't get here soon, I'll show you what kind of chaos I can bring. Hurry up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Forest Club is proud to present to you the most chaotic and maniacal show. For its audience, everyone knows all too well, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Since the day of Adam and Eve, I was able to turn man against each other, planting deep seeds of distrust, paranoia, jealousy, and rage between them all. Feuds, brother against brother, father against son, mother against daughter. Feuds, group, vendettas, all had a spark and fires lit by my hand. Man's history grow like wildfire, going amongst clans and colonies, wiping out generations of harmony and peace. Battlefield grow cold and airy, lingering with loss and bloodshed from days and weeks and even years of savagery.
That's all well and good, but what more is in every scene to remember is that famine always follows war. It literally paves the way for me to sweep in and demolish all that civilization holds dear. Keep, seeds, crops, harvest, hope, and take it all. The Bengal famine, the Russian famine, the Soviet famine, the Irish famine. No colony, country, or city is safe from my grasp. Locust, flood, drought, disease. These are all my magnificent instruments of my ingenious mastery.
Oh, you dare speak of disease, Batman? You truly don't know where to start and where to end. I'm the master of decay, the breaker of pandemic, the host of plagues. You want sickness, boils, or blisters? Or would they just upset your insatiable appetite? My language touch also can be smell, sight, and sound. And you all can do in a pool of filth and strength that will break the strongest of man. You don't even have stomach for the death and decay I cause my way.
Chaos, war, drought, famine, decay, passion. You're all so far from the true understanding of what real mastery looks like. You're all the pawns in my game of destruction, my game of death. War breeds mistrust, anger, and violence, leading to the demolishing of civilization and prosperity. Famine convinces that he has done a day's work when the old grow weak and the children starve. The filth and decay resonating off the files of sick and nearly dead launches a festering wound that grows right with the seams. Then, at the end of all your hard work and labor, when you're ready to enjoy your well-deserved fruits, do I sweep in and seal your victory? Who can claim it at all, other than Death himself?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the four horsemen do nothing but narcissism, greed, and the relentless desire to be in the spotlight.
It's all about bloodshed.
It's all about starvation.
It's all about sickness.
Which all leads to death.
Alright. Can we get this meeting started already? I already missed my lunch, brunch, breakfast, and morning snack. Yeah, I think we're going to plan on simultaneously. That is sure to be devastating.
Right? Who cares how many meals you've eaten today, famine? Anyway, I have lots of things to do as well. The Americans are having issues with their international relation, but China is borrowing new technology, and Russia is up to something devious, I'm sure. Lots to do, lots to do.
You both are so frivolous. Well, to discuss about someone's agenda that's actually producing results, the wildfires in the Amazon and Australia have been burning well. I have been successful with those lights of the planet and wildlife. Still working on getting my duck off with the human show.
Oh, Corbin, why am I coffee cold? I told you to start bringing my coffee while it's warm, or you'd be fired.
I'm so sorry. It won't happen again.
Alright. So, questions, what are we doing? Why are you so quiet?
Yeah, what have you been doing? Why are you so quiet? Tell us.
Upheld a reputation of accountability and chaos. Each member of the 4-H club was required to create an annual event of colossal destruction and mayhem to maintain their allegiance to the organization.
Well, the flu is making its annual rounds. That's going. Well, I suppose. And there was a SARS event in Asia.
Are you kidding? That was almost 20 years ago.
You seriously don't have anything better than the annual flu to bring to our meeting.
Wow.
It has been hard lately. People are so upset with keto, Atkins, low carb, slow carb, no carb, nonsense diets. Not to mention their obsession with being healthy and fit. New year, new me.
Yeah, those excuses, specialists. We've all found our way to get our jobs done. You're just too weak, not aggressive enough with your approach.
Then what do you suggest I do, huh? This isn't as easy as it looks.
Maybe you can create something new.
That is a good idea. Something that they won't even see coming.
I like where you're going with this.
Oh, yeah. Like the flu, but better, more dangerous.
Yeah, I like where this is going.
And since it's new, no one will know how to fight it or even have antibodies to protect themselves from it. It could take over the world.
Whoa. School of courses on your petulance. We need to form a plan first.
So, are you going to spread this flu like new plague?
We'll spread it just like the flu. People are gross by nature. Coughing, sneezing, touching everything in their sight. All without a second thought of hygiene. It will spread like wildfire.
We already spread the wildfires this year. Remember? Australia? The Amazon?
Stop being so literal, you Grim Reaper. I mean, it will spread very quickly, and before anyone knows it, the whole world will be infected.
Okay, well guys, I have a better idea. Maybe we should celebrate over some burgers and continue developing our plan. That would be a great idea, right?
Calm down, you little porker. You get fat soon enough. Now, who will start this pandemic?
I personally don't like the new assistant Corbett. He's irritating, clumsy, and never brings me my coffee while it's warm.
You've always had it out for that guy, War. You can always kill him off. Once we're done with him.
Well, I'm okay with getting rid of that soft potato.
So exactly where are we going to spread this virus?
It needs to be somewhere crowded, somewhere a little dirty, where people are very concerned with hygiene.
Bars and clubs are always pretty gross.
And people will be eating and drinking. Ew, I can't hardly wait.
You can't oppose me, then I have to bury. I stay in them, I just seven, and I only get scarier.
And day by day I make people shrivel down their bones. Oh, how I love December from your pain groans.
What's the light but a star of a day and then dead by noon? I'm on my way, everybody watch till we'll have another war soon. The pestilence shows up only once in a blue moon.
Although it's something for people to do, everybody stay tuned.
We are the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
We can never say cry.
Stumble, if you wanna live, stay down, be humble. We'll make the world end, there are no survival tips. Fishers look green, but it seems that pestilences too weak.
Make sure he gets what says.
You better call Noah and board the ship. Pestilence will make sure he gets what's his. We are the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Who is the most sinister horseman? You ever hear before it's all began? Who's the greatest of them all? Who's the one who win this brawl? Who will make the miracle? Who will make humanity fall? Who is on a different level? Against the Daniel devil. We are the four horsemen of the apocalypse. We could get us surprise and stumble. If we wanna live, stay down, be humble. We'll make the world end, there are no survival tips. The future looks bleak, but it seems that pestilence is too weak.
Talking to the one who conferences. Make sure you get what says.
You better call Noah and board the ships. Pestilence will make sure he gets what's his. We are the four horsemen. We are the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Wow, Passion, I couldn't have staged this setting better myself.
Dark, grimy, packed with people. I think it will do nicely.
Guys, but I thought there would be food. You said there would be food. Where's the food? I don't see any food.
Calm down, man. There's more to our out here than the food's in your belly.
Speak for yourself.
All right. So, when does this show begin? Pestilence?
Here comes the good for nothing.
Hey, oh,
is your name Google? Because you've got everything I've been searching for. Oh, alright. Here we are in a bar, like a superstar playing guitar. I love a cigar, but I feel bizarre. Lungs feel like tar. Hey ladies, are you parking ticket? So, cause you've got fine written all over you. Can I buy you fine ladies a drink?
Oh, hi, I'm Sarah. Totally available. Sarah, excuse my friend. She's a bit excited tonight.
No worries. I get it all the times. I'll be right back with your drinks. See you later.
Try not going, go and play with your friends. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how it ends.
Hey man, what would it be?
2 pink coffee teas for the hotties over there.
Ah, good choice. Be careful with that one. She's a bit intense if you know what I mean.
I caught that already. This isn't my first rodeo, just another conquest of the night.
Alright.
Sorry, stupid hay fever.
No worries, man. Here you go. Good luck over there. I think you might need it.
Thanks, man. Hey ladies, 2 pink foxy teenies for the foxy ladies.
Wow, have you been thinking that line all night? Stop it, Jen. Corbin's been so nice all night.
Sorry, these allergies are killing me this time of year.
Don't worry, no, I get them too. Jen, give in your tissues. Now.
Fine, ever.
Thanks. You're a lifesaver.
I guess it is allergy season. It's a bit early this year, but you never know.
I'm sorry, just an allergic reaction.
Sure, for an allergy, that's too much action.
Don't mind me, I find I guarantee. Let's game, drink, and fun, and we'll see. We can all agree we're free.
Hey man, what will it be?
I'm just waiting for someone.
Well, let me get you something while you wait. Tonic water, and good old fashioned embalmed blue ribbon.
Yeah, sure. Bob sounds good.
Here you go. Achoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though Pestilus' diabolical initiative has launched and is well underway.
Our planet's working, love is gonna scream. Our planet of some cities, we all sit set free.
This story really well. These humans really nasty.
I told you guys this before. They're all getting sick and spreading without realizing it. What a bunch of filthy fools.
I do love that Corbin was the one who started, so he's so dumb not to mention. He can't seem to bring us our coffee when they're good and warm. What an idiot.
Well, he did his job this time.
That's true. At least it's not a total good for nothing.
So how long do you have to wait
Wait for what?
for the pandemic to start?
Not long, man. Not long. This is a past-time virus. No one will see this coming.
Will be our year. Architecture to start with a beer. With the loves and cheers. We have nothing to fear. Could this be? Could this be? A disaster, yes
hate to go. Now it's my chance.
This me, this me, love is sister, yes please. This me, this me, this me, this me, this me, this me, no need greatness cause of fear. This me, are here.
Attention, attention, read all about it. Historians has finally done it. December 31st, 2019.
The
Wuhan Municipal Health Commission has now confirmed and reported a cluster of cases of pneumonia in Wuhan, Hubei province. It is now believed that a novel coronavirus has been identified and is being reported to the World Health Organization.
January 9, 2020.
We are acknowledging and noting that the pneumonia-like cases in Wuhan could be stemming from a new coronavirus. There are 59 cases so far, and travel precautions are at the forefront of our concerns.
January 13, 2020.
It has now been confirmed. There is one case of COVID-19 in Thailand, the first recorded case outside of China.
January 2020.
3 additional cases of what is now being called the 2019 coronavirus is being reported in Thailand and Japan, causing the CDC to begin screenings at JFK International, San Francisco International, and Los Angeles International Airport. These airports were chosen because flights between Wuhan and the United States bring the most international passengers through them. Based on the United States' experience with SARS, MERS, and known modes of transmission of respiratory viruses, and infection and prevention control guidance have been published to protect healthcare workers, recommending droplet precautions when caring for patients and airborne precautions for aerosol-generating procedures conducted by the healthcare workers.
Three additional cases of what is now being called the 2019 novel coronavirus are being reported in Thailand and Japan, causing American Center for Disease Control to begin screenings at the JFK International, the Los Angeles International, and the San Francisco International airports. These airports were picked because flights between Wuhan and United States bring multiple international passengers through them. This is becoming a most urgent situation.
January 23rd, 2020.
The
World Health Organization's recent visit to Wuhan, China, was promoted an issue statement saying that there has been an evidence of human-to-human transmission in the infected city of Wuhan. However, in order to get more investigation, there
January 25th, 2020.
The World Health Organization is now reporting that the 2019 novel coronavirus has killed 4 people and has infected more than 200 in Wuhan, China. However, they are still unsure of the necessity of declaring a public health emergency.
January 26th, 2020.
En solo 2 días, 13 personas más murieron y otras 300 enfermaron.
In just 2 days, 30 more people have died and an additional 300 are sick. China makes an unprecedented move not only to close off Wuhan and its population of 11 million, but also place a special access protocol on Hanggang, 30 miles to the east where residents can't live without special permission. This means up to 80 million people are under strict lockdown.
February 2nd, 2020.
It's now reporting that the novel coronavirus was found on ice cream, which is produced in Tianjin, China, prompting a recall of cartons from the same batch. Currently, 29,000 cartons have been recalled.
영국의 한 국가에서는 공장에서 코로나 바이러스가 발생하여 2만 상자 이상의 아이스크림.
A country in the United Kingdom has now recalled over 30,000 cartons of ice cream due to an outbreak of the coronavirus in their factory.
The World Health Organization has now issued a statement acknowledging that the 2019 coronavirus can be transmitted and spread locally through hand-to-hand contact. A manufacturing company in eastern China has recalled over 50,000 cartons of ice cream due to the spreading of the virus in their factory.
China's economy is vastly shrinking for the first time since at least 1992, as novel coronavirus paralyzes spending and production. Raising pressure on authorities to do more to stop the rapid mounting of job losses.
February 3rd, 2020.
이제 글로벌 항공 여행이
Global air
제한되었습니다.
travel is now restricted. Those en route to the United States will have to have left China by 5 p.m. on Sunday, or else they can face a 2-week home-based quarantine if they have been in Hubei province.
March 6th, 2020. March 11th, 2020.
21 people of just the 46 tested aboard a cruise ship carrying more than 3,500 people off the California coast have now tested positive for COVID-19, with 19 being crew members. The ship is being held at sea instead of being allowed to dock.
세계 여러 유람선에서 코로나
Due to the ongoing outbreak of the coronavirus on various cruise ships around the world, the suspension of cruise operations is projected to have a detrimental effect on the global economy.
March 12th, 2020.
La Organización Mundial de la Salud ha emitido una declaración
In just 2 days,
que expresa su profunda preocupación
China's economy is vast.
niveles de preocupación.
World Health Organization has issued an official statement expressing their deep concerns for the alarming levels of severity and spread, and for the alarming levels of inaction.
The WHO has made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized and should be treated as a global pandemic.
and gentlemen, things have been going very well for the four horsemen. Humanity has been inundated by the virus, thousands have died, the world shut down, and the world is in a complete state of disarray.
Well, even I'm impressed, Pestilence. You finally did it. Against all odds, you finally did it.
False. Against the law? You basically started this pandemic on the server, but he couldn't have done it without us.
You're not wrong.
Come on, guys. You can't give me at least a little credit. The contamination of the bar and the rapid spreading of the virus was a good touch, right? Right?
Yep, that crappy assistant was really nasty and gross.
Yeah, Kobe's hygiene is pretty disgusting.
Oh, what is it, Corbin?
Here are the latest COVID-19 numbers and news reports of the outbreak. Your horseman shares.
Great news. Let's see where are you today.
But before I then get too far down that line, a plot twist.
Florida governor released panic list over 20,000 new cases this week. Nice, nice. Hydroxychloroquine alleviates symptoms, but did not cure coronavirus symptoms in a small study. Seems like we're gonna have to find a cure time on long.
Great job, Pestilence. I really like how your pandemic forced them all to isolate themselves in their room. They'll sure go insane before too long.
Mental instability, insanity, always a good cause. What else? 12 things everyone needs to know about the coronavirus pandemic. Coronavirus crisis highlights weak links in supply chain for widely used medications. That's good.
Let me see. Overpriced drugs can harm more patients than they help. Aha, doing real specialist. Looks like humans cannot go out and eat anymore due to the lockdown. This is great.
Social distancing, lockdown, sheltering in. The terms they're bringing up for the isolation are absurd. Wait, what? The school openings across the globe suggest ways to keep coronavirus at bay, despite outbreaks. That's not a good sign.
Pharmaceutical company gets $1.95 billion to produce coronavirus vaccine by year's end.
A vaccine?
Stop, wait, what? Let me see that. The company gets billions to produce vaccine? What in...
The coronavirus vaccine is effective against the new strains of the virus, first found in the United Kingdom and South Africa. The companies, which were operated by Doctors Without Borders, have now stated that the vaccine can be used worldwide to combat the global pandemic of the 2019 novel coronavirus.
The vaccine is likely to be mass-produced in the next few months to ensure the stop of the spread of this virus.
As the vaccine was developed in Daegu under the scientific guidance of Doctors Without Borders, the United Nations and countries around the world are unsure as to who owns the manufacturing rights to this vaccine.
Vaccine? Unsure, doctors?
You want to get a vaccine?
Really, Bannon? You need to get things together. If you don't have anything productive, then stop talking. Keep eating your chips and coffee.
Oh, I think I have a brilliant idea. There's a golden opportunity here the whole time. I don't know why we didn't see it. If we then they, oh yeah.
Can you just get a little more? As you can see, Pestilence is about to lose his mind over this. Hang in there, Pestilence. Word seems to have a good idea, if you'll ever show it to the class.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. The vaccine was developed in Daegu, right? That country just north of South Africa.
Yeah.
And the vaccine was developed by those goody two-shoes Doctors Without Borders, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the United Nations along with a bunch of other different countries don't even know which vaccine belongs to, right? Right?
What?
Don't you get it? No one knows who this vaccine belongs to. A bunch of different countries will be so aggressive to try to get their hands on this vaccine. They'll sure start some trouble.
You've got a point where we can get the countries to fight over as to who owns the right to the vaccine. We can make them to compete as to who owns it, who distributes it, and who claims profit from it.
Right. Humans always get money.
That's true. We can even make that this leads to some type of political scandal, some type of sabotage, some type of international unrest.
Yes, finally! Another war.
Ashland, Jenna, words figured it out. We're gonna start a war.
Now I see this current systematization. I cannot foresee this in past speculation. Despicable and common domination. One of you please help me in crying desperation.
Pastoralists start freaking out. I have a plan that will work without a doubt. Humans are so devious and I am so devious. So the third world is soon to come. Soon their lives will be undone. We'll start a war. It's time for us four. We'll start a war. Humanity will be knocking on heaven's door. We'll start a war. The world won't have peace anymore. We'll start a war.
Vaccines are really poppy.
Let's cut the vaccine and start a killing spree.
Time to make solve international relations.
Stir up that between the nations.
No pity for humans, it's time the four horsemen are in their prime. So we'll start a war. It's time for us four. We'll start a war. Humanity will be knocking on heaven's door. We'll start a war. The world won't have peace anymore. We'll start a war. It's time for us four. We'll start a war. Humanity will be knocking on heaven's door. We'll start a war. The world won't have peace anymore. We'll start a war. We'll start a war. We'll start a war.
We'll now have a brief 5-minute intermission. Thank you.
야, 나 중국어 하는 거였어. 잘하네, 중국어?
난 한국어 없어?
잘해, 중국어? 진혁이 거의 중국 사람이야. 걔英語가 잘해? 잘하는데? AP 중국어 했어.
한국어 말할 때 많았어요.
한국어 말할 때 너무 웃겨.
아니, 목소리가
영국 어쩌고 세계 통화 그거에서 WHO에서 세계 발라? 중국어 할 때는
크루즈산에서
너무 재밌는데? 아니 이거 너무 대단하다. 작사 작곡 외우고 춤까지. 장르가 다르잖아. 전에는 근데 그것도 그냥 나 우리 학교에 이렇게 주면 많아. 근데 저 소리 한국에 있나? 챙겨서 이렇게 걸렸어. 진짜
다 떨렸지.
이게 제일 많이 떨려. 저 티가
라떼는 진짜
연동이 옆에 집에다.
여기가 노래 잘하고 저기 약간 진짜 조금 한 핀트 나간 거예요. 잘하는 거. 처음에 이렇게 모습을 안 봤거든요. 원래 말을 진짜 안 하고 막 몸짓 이런 거 하나하나 미친 사람처럼 광기 맞아. 나 보내줘.
나올 때 나가.
너는 계속 띵띵띵 이 소리가 들려. 아 이거 했다. 했어? 진짜로?
똑똑하게 한 게 없네.
일부러 바꾸네. 근데 우리 카메라 있는 거 너무 대놓고 이거를 라이브 진짜? 어디? 오야 미쳤다 몰랐다. 근데 안 하지. Is anyone watching anyways? 그런 거 하잖아. 나 이런 거 하고 있다 몇번 많이 잡고
Before we get the show back on track, let's review what's been going on with humanity. Well, first, the four horsemen met up at their annual meeting. Pestilence is being a slacker. War bullied into creating a pandemic. The world shut down, people got sick, a lot of people died. But then, humanity created a vaccine, which of course, upset the four horsemen. One of the horsemen. Now the evil horsemen ships have an evil plan to get the world to turn on each other and suffering blood. Let's watch.
Breaking news live from London, England. There have now been reports that several countries are laying claim to the newly established coronavirus vaccine. The Mediterranean country of Syria has officially demanded that the vaccine be made available to any countries interested in distributing the medicine to their citizens.
President Syria, you must know that this vaccine is not allocated to anyone at the moment.
Yes, Robert, I do know that. Those evolutionists and health society figures in Dago must be planning to keep the vaccine for themselves. With their advanced medicine and technology, they already have more resources than most of us. We're the ones who really need the vaccine. Our people are dying. Our hospitals are overrun. There aren't enough beds for everyone.
But sir, there must be something our AS could do. With all of our technologies, I don't see why we need to Google for their empathy and resources. Couldn't our AS just make our own vaccine?
I wish they could, Robert. We have tried, but we have fallen short every time. We have tried exposing the virus to bleach compounds, to onslaught of sun exposure, even to injection of chemicals that are not deemed safe just yet. But nothing is working. We must get the vaccine.
With international relations growing strained each day, the hunt for the owner of this cutting-edge vaccine continues to create tension amongst countries worldwide. The Siberian country of Constantine has issued an official statement claiming the vaccine for their country as a quote-unquote consistently battle annual virus outbreaks and must have the vaccine to survive another winter.
We simply cannot last another winter with this added threat. This novel coronavirus.
Agreed. Last winter alone, we had over 600,000 deaths, and that was just the annual flu and viral outbreaks. How could we possibly survive another winter?
You both are being so pessimistic. We have lasted centuries with the ice and snow. Cold and flus have not obliterated our people yet. The people of Constantine are a lot stronger than you give them credit for.
That is all well and good. You're not accounting for the strange symptoms. You're not just talking about your average coughing and sneezing. Some people have other organs attacked by the silent killer. They have other symptoms that are exacerbated and are made direly sick with no chance of recovery.
Not to mention that not everyone who gets the virus even shows symptoms. You don't know who has it and who does.
Any one of us could be the deadly carrier of this terrible sickness.
Yeah, I see your point. But we cannot get the vaccine because those Dago officials have locked it away and are not willing to give up their medicine to any other country.
Well, unfortunately for Dago, it is not their choice who gets the vaccine. Since Doctors Without Borders created the vaccine, it does not belong to anyone.
It must be ours.
We must get that vaccine.
Justin, breaking news. The South African country of Dago has issued a press release stating that they will be allowing Doctors Without Borders unit in their region to put the vaccine for the COVID-19 virus up for auction.
Auction? What do they mean, auction? So the vaccine will just go to whichever country who has the most money?
This is ludicrous, an auction. This vaccine is surely to get sold off to the world's 1%.
Sir, I assure that is not the case. We can write to try to change their mind. Right? Write to who? You think writing a measly letter will get our point across? We'll get them to understand. The vaccine cannot just be bought and sold to the highest bidder. Sir, my apologies, sir, but what I meant was to try to change their idea.
An auction. This is not the first time we have dealt with other countries' misdealings. Cold War wasn't an accident. Am I right, Alfred?
Yes, sir. Very right, sir. Your Cold War initiatives were not only clever and vicious, but no one suspected that the missile crisis was your brainchild.
Too right, Alfred. Too right. Now that we have expanded our endeavors beyond nuclear energy to solar energy, we will have plenty of money to undermine all those sniveling, conniving countries who think they can get their hands on my vaccine.
Enough with this change their mind garbage. You weren't brought out as a filth and scholar, and you called it home in the villages to think, were you? No, sir. Our country has not persevered through years of famine and typhoons and disease and the horrible Cold War to
just get served by these dirty money dictators with deep pockets. We'll get them to understand that we'll have the vaccine.
We will prepare for this auction of theirs, but it will not have the conclusion they had in mind. We must get this vaccine.
We must get this vaccine.
But how?
We're gonna steal it.
This vaccine is ours to steal. This auction can't be real. My nation is in grave danger. This vaccine can't be in the hands of a stranger.
This vaccine is ours to steal. My nation is my priority. It'll help to expand my authority. It'll be ours to conceal.
We must get this vaccine. There's nowhere to be seen. Where should we begin? Let's track down where it's been. We must get this vaccine. Something we should have seen. Let's track down where it's been to get out of quarantine.
This vaccine is ours to steal. It's too late to make a deal.
The thing that helps us heal. Could this be? Could this be? Could this be our chance?
Reporting live from London, this is Justin. The highly anticipated and sought after novel coronavirus vaccine has been stolen from the auction house in May, just moments before the auction was set to begin. Countries around the world are placing blame and throwing accusations towards rivaling nations across the globe.
El caos va en aumento a medida que aumentan las tensiones no solo entre los países comunistas, sino también entre muchos otros países y amenazan la paz que fue establecida por el Tratado de la Posguerra Fría de 1999. Se cree que con el espionaje que ciertamente tuvo lugar para robar la vacuna, la guerra podría ser inminente.
Chaos is on the rise as the tensions build between not only communist countries, but many other countries as well, and threaten the peace that was established by the post-Cold War Treaty of 1991. It is believed that with the espionage that certainly took place to steal the vaccine, war could be imminent.
북클레오시아 인민공화국은 일반 대중에게 백신을 보급할 것을 요구하는 불신 성명을 발표했습니다. 독재자 세토라스키는 그의 군대를 동원했으며 코비드 백신에 대한 그의 수집 요령에서 공개적인 공격에 대비한다고 말했습니다.
The People's Democratic Republic of North Croatia has issued an official statement outlining their demands for the vaccine to be released to the general public. Dictator Sarensky has mobilized his troops and has stated that he is ready for battle in his search efforts for the COVID vaccine.
속보, 비유에는 북클레오시아 인민민주공화국에 대한 본격적인 미사일 공격을 시작했습니다. 국가의 수도 인피와이는 심각한 피해를 입었고 상당한 손실을 입었습니다. 기공식 보고서에는 10만 명이 넘는 사람들이 사망하고 50만 명에 가까운 부상자가 노출되었습니다.
Breaking news. Iran has launched a full-scale missile attack on the People's Democratic Republic of North Croatia. The country's capital of PY has been severely damaged and has suffered significant loss. Unofficial reports are counting over 100,000 people dead and close to 500,000 injured and homeless.
Con la guerra e corso tra i paesi di Viven della Repubblica Democratica Popolare di North Croatia. Le nazioni sono costrette a salire da parte stando stringendo alleanze con i paesi vicini.
With the ongoing war between the countries of Iran and the People's Democratic Republic of North Croatia, nations are being forced to choose sides and are forming alliances with neighboring countries.
It is still uncertain as to which country is responsible for the espionage attack on the vaccine auction held in the country of Dalton. Just a few months ago, the Mediterranean country of Cyprus is joining the war and advancing their troops where the front lines have begun. With the Siberian country of Constantine invasion and full missile attack on England, this war seems to be just the beginning.
With the death toll rising to over 3 million people worldwide, this world war is slated to have more deaths than that of the COVID-19 virus. Pandemic and world war. Where is the hope for the world today?
Like Bonnie and Clyde. many countries against each other, inciting political unrest and greed as the gasolines to the flames. Well, just wow.
Well, there was no small feat to be sure. The missing vaccine, the angry dictator, the worldwide desperation. It was a perfect recipe for the globally devastating mass grave.
Agree or agree. These humans make it very easy to exploit their weaknesses and to guide themselves towards self-destruction. It was a very fun way to watch for the last few months.
So, what's now? What's next?
Not so fast there, pessimist. We have something to do here.
Yeah. Some of us here aren't carrying our weight.
Just then, all the other horsemen realized that someone has been carrying their weight just along for the ride, now putting up their end of the bargain. This surely is not going to set well with the other horsemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you another conflict.
What? I'll just mind my own business.
You gotta do your part, Femin. You can't just sit over here and feed your face.
Yeah, you little stupid fat dick. We're practically gift wrapped this for you.
Gift wrapped what?
A famine!
Yeah, I get it. A famine. Because they're all sick, enough, hungry. Yeah.
Famine.
It should be easy enough.
This is not hard. You know it, right? Famine naturally follows war and death.
Fine. I'll complete the apocalyptic chaos. Gosh, such aggressive attitudes.
You can see that.
Well, you can actually just eat and drink. That's so much better for your soul and your belly. You get it? Right?
Wow, it's just ridiculous and pathetic.
Alright. Here goes.
aftermath of the event, we outsiders get to call it the end of the world. Before the year 2020, the roads are moderately chaotic place. So with your average political riot, your run-of-the-mill war, your annual flu, and seasonal colds. Even your standard food desert causing malnourishment and ill health.
That's where we come in. This is see we do not appreciate
or support
average normality,
daily comments and goals, and it's just
boring.
what he said. We couldn't allow that boring
aesthetic
excuse for our civilization to continue on with our miserable existence.
Yeah, but we have to do something.
That's why we formed 4-H Club.
the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes, war? That's what 4-H stands for. Anyway, we formed this organization to ensure that humanity was always forging an uphill battle.
Always in the brink of starvation and in search for nutrition.
Always in a constant battle with their friends and foes.
Always looking over their shoulders for their attacking hands.
Well, it's a good thing we all always look day-to-day happenings of humanity. Without your chaotic and maniacal interventions, humanity would live mildly menial lives.
Yeah, thank you. We tried our best.
Shut it, Damien. You barely did your part to contribute to the chaos we unleashed on humanity.
Yeah, but things I didn't contribute. Thousands of people starved to death thanks to our building efforts.
Well, nah. There's no need to debate on who's the most maniacal here. We can all agree that you fought the biggest battles around. Am I right? Well, now that you've unleashed your worst on humanity, what is your response to the reconstruction and harvesting efforts by the people?
What do you mean reconstruction?
Harvesting efforts? I didn't hear anything about there being more food.
Looks like they're not the only ones in the plot and the story, now are they? Well, as it turned out, while you're counting your death, plague, and destruction, humanity has been picking up the pieces that you left behind and have been rebuilding. Yes, it's shocking, I know. You all spent so much time and spent such hard work to create such deepest plans, and just to have those humans come around and persevere, it's just unfortunate.
Don't count us just yet. We're not born yesterday and wreaking havoc on humanity for thousands of years.
You could not be more at war. Who do you think caused smallpox, leprosy, and bubonic plague, huh?
First one question was, and some things that did not forming the phrase starving children because their mothers forgot to feed them. It was me. I was one who dried up their food reserves, decimated the rivers, and burned all down their harvesting works, right?
You see, Mr. Announcer, humanity will always face an uphill battle. They will have to face challenges after one another, forage for food and water, fight off whatever sickness is knocking at their door, and fight day in and day out for their lives.
Well, I do believe you're speaking from experience, Dad.
I am, as of this time, you know.
Well, nevertheless, it seems that humanity will keeping you on your toes just as much as you're keeping them on theirs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though our time is out. This is a wrap on this week's episode of Evil Gods.
Sharing my feelings about this experience.
And how it has impacted my life, how it has changed me.
Because other people's experiences are similar to mine.
And are helping me process my own feelings, so maybe this will help some of them too.
I'm blessed beyond belief that I'm healthy and alive given by this past year.
I have made every effort to make the most out of this opportunity, to better myself and do all of the things that I never had time for before.
But much of the time, it is so hard.
Most days, it is excruciating.
Some of the experiences we endured this past year has changed us forever, and I don't know that we'll ever be the same. In some ways, I hope we never are.
As things slowly go back to normal, I feel sort of PTSD. That's almost embarrassing.
Like I have this need to explain myself to people who went through this, that went through this life-changing year unscathed, because they don't understand why we wear double masks or face shields.
Or why we don't let anyone in our home.
Or why we haven't been inside a restaurant in 11 months.
Or why we will only socialize outdoors.
Or why we've barely left our apartment since last March.
When COVID hit New York City, we couldn't even get groceries. Our neighborhood is known for its many hospitals, and bodies were quite literally piled up on the streets.
I buried a family member and a colleague through computer screens. I watched my friends bury their parents and siblings.
A lesson learned as from battle a long-term stranger's hard lasting side effect in this virus, having no indication of what it means in overall health.
I continue to make decisions for myself and allow me to sleep at night with as much certainty as possible that I have in no way contributed to this ongoing spread of this virus.
That is my choice.
My sacrifice.
As I watch my friends and family going out to eat, sharing group photos, going to Disney, traveling or taking vacation,
I'm comforted by the reminder that there is life after this.
If they can do it, I'm sure I can, eventually.
But I'm not there yet.
I'm too afraid to eat in my favorite restaurant or to stand too closely in the grocery store.
I'm not ready to greet my boss by shaking his hands.
I'm not ready to hug my grandmother or even my parents.
They're not as healthy as I am, and I can't guarantee I'm not the carrier of the disease.
I want them to be okay.
I want us to be okay.
And I know that we will be.
One day at a time.
The darkness is finally over. The sun is rising, it lost some closure. From this excruciating moment, we will have to recover. The future looks bright, we have so much to discover.
One day at a time, we take a shot. In times of dark, we have hope inside. One day at a time,
Do you feel our pride? We won't stop until we win this fight.
one day at a time, our steps will guide a brighter day and a night in its prime. One day at a time, for those who cried, we will carry on. One day at a time, at a time. At a time, one day at a time, a new world, a new paradigm. No more time to cry, from the feathers we rise. One day at a time, one day at a time. There's a wall ahead of us, but we can climb, or we can pray that everything will be okay. One day at a time. At a time, one day at a time, a new world, a new steps will guide. From the every night in its prime, one day at a time, for those who cry, we will carry on. One day at a time, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
you for coming to